Well, hi Sagittarius, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Sagittarius, let's find out what can you expect coming up in your life. Sagittarius. Well, there's definitely the end of a heartache going on here. If this reading does not resonate, it's not your reading. I would check your moon sign, which is your private and emotional self. All cards are male or female. You may also get a private reading from someone you trust. So, I have the Three of Swords here. Overall energy. So there's been a heartache. Might have been a third party, possibly, or an interfering party of sorts, but it caused a heartache. You've been going through this. And then your highest energy is the Ten of Swords. So this is coming to an end. This is the card of the end. See that? So the end of the heartache. You're putting it to rest. All right? And it comes through a lot of truth and clarity. It also comes through a lot of communication. The 10 or the Eight of Wands is right next to the Ten of Swords and right above the Three of Swords. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of communication. It's going to, resolve this heartache that you're in or have been in. And this can be texting, emails. This can be Zoom or something through the airways, but a lot of it back and forth. And then on the other side, what we have here, Sagittarius, is the Ten of Cups. Well, it looks like things are going to get back on track. Whatever was going on gets resolved. This is union between two people. Sunshine, rainbows, an equal exchange of love between these people. This is also can be a family situation. So, because there's children dancing. I feel like that things will actually be resolved. There is a lot of love here. And that whoever else is involved as far as you being hurt, they care enough about you to work things out. I have the Magician under the Ten of Swords and right next to the Three of Swords. So, first off, there's the infinity symbol, the symbol of intuition and knowing. And you have all the tools to make this relationship work. You have all the tools, and, I know you do. You have a giant cup of love, you have a pentacle, you have a staff, and you have a sword. You have everything it takes to make this relationship work. And you know it. You know you can do this, okay? You can be manifesting just what it is you want out of this relationship. Because the Magician can do that. So right next to the Magician here, right next to it is your heartache, and on the other side is the Nine of Cups, which is right under the Ten of Cups. So, you went through a period of sadness where you had to put your love on a shelf and you're just kind of guarding it while you're going through some sort of issue here or pain. But when this Ten of Cups comes along, you'll be able to share your love again. So it's temporary. And it comes through all this communication from the other individual, which really helps work this out, whatever happened. It had to do with a bickering. There's a bickering or arguing or not seeing eye to eye. It has something to do with Pentacles because it got the Three of Pentacles here. And so it has to do with being grounded. There might have been an interfering party, like I say, in this relationship, which could have caused argument and caused heartache. But you're working it out. It did cause anxiety, confusion, stress. And like I say, I do think there was some arguing that went on here about this. And this is right under the Three of Swords. but it looks like you just rushed in. It's like you go in. This is a very actionable card, the Knight of Swords. You go forth with your sword up, and it's like you can't live this way. So you had to talk about it. You had to bring it up, and because it was hurting you. And so you rush forth with your sword up in self-protection, and also to get that truth and get that clarity about whatever it is that's breaking your heart and making you hold back all that love. So it is resolved in this part of the reading. I don't know what part of this you are in. You could be in the part of the Three of Swords, or it could have been resolved already, or you're in the process of resolving an issue with your partner. Let's find out what the second half has to say. There's always more. It is about the Pentacles right there. There it is. That means security, stability, groundedness, commitment. That's Pentacles. And there you are, Sagittarius as Temperance. Okay, so I have the Queen of Pentacles here, right next to the Ten of Cups. Well, this is what broke your heart. Like, you were worried about the security and the stability of this relationship. You really were focused on this pentacle. You may have already been in a commitment. If you weren't, you want a commitment in this relationship. It's right next to the Two of Swords. So you kind of tried, I think that's why you were in this stress and confusion. I think you kind of sat on this issue, dwelled on it in your mind for a while. Because the Two of Swords is like protecting your heart, not wanting to deal with it. You're blindfolded, your swords are up in self-protection, but you haven't really faced it. And I think you actually come out with that Knight of Swords. You faced what was bothering you, turned into an argument or something, it looks like. And it gets resolved. You have so much love. You have love for this person. And you know what? I think they love you too. I think with the Ace of Cups being here, this is why you weren't facing it, is because you didn't want your heart to get broke, because you have all this love. And you were afraid that you might find out something you didn't want to find out. I have the Chariot under the Queen of Pentacles and next to the Nine of Cups. So this is telling me that you will be moving forward. This is the card for Cancer, by the way, so Cancer might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. So you are going to be able to hand those cups of love out. I already knew that because I have the Ten of Cups right above the 9. And this relationship will be grounded, or is grounded. So whatever it was that you were thinking, it gets resolved. They might start an argument, you know, but there is talking, and they do have so many feelings. They love you, and they do want to work things out with you. I have the King of Cups right next to the Chariot. So that's 2 for Cancer if we're counting. So the King of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. That might be strong in your chart or their chart or around this reading. But, you know, I feel like you kind of pulled back that huge, you have a huge cup of love for this person. You still have it. And you are moving forward. You just pulled it in. You pulled it in, and you're like, I want to know the truth, you know, because, like, I can't hand out this love anymore until you know the truth about whatever it is that was causing all this anxiety and confusion. And I think it did have to do with someone that was interfering here. I don't know exactly who. Could be anybody, a family member. It could be somebody who's trying to pick up on your person. It can be a child. It can be anybody. But someone was definitely interfering in this relationship, and it was driving you crazy. I have the Page of Swords next to the King of Cups and right under the Ace of Cups. Yeah. So you put your sword up. But the thing is, over here on this side of the reading is you still hang on to the love, but your sword is up. So it's like your blindfold's on, your swords are up, and you just kind of was watching. Listening, being hyper aware of everything that they said and did, and you just can't live like that forever. And I think that's why you finally come forward with needing to know the truth and really needing to have this conversation. Maybe some of you did blow up, and caused a fight rather than a discussion. But whatever happened, you do come back around and you do talk about it, and they do have enough feelings to save this relationship. I have the Nine of Pentacles under the Chariot next to the Knight of Swords. So, when you're moving forward here, it's like, well, you're looking at the Pentacle and you're like, hey, I'm good on my own. I have Pentacles. I don't have to have you in my life. And if what I'm thinking is true, then I can live on my own again. And so you kind of just go back to like, I'm going for it. I'm rushing in there. I'm going to get to the bottom of this because I was good before I met them, and I can be good after. If it turns out that way, which you really don't want it to turn out that way because you put it off and you really didn't want to deal with it, but you do. You have to eventually. I have Temperance here. This is your card right next to the Nine of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, and right under the King of Cups, I'm pulling that cup of love back, having your sword up. So Temperance, yeah, it just feels like things get a little carried away here with you. Temperance is your guardian angels and spirit guides. They're pouring this potion back and forth, back and forth. Their job is to temper. That's why she's called Temperance. It's their job to get you rebalanced. It's their job to try to install patience, where patience is needed. They're just trying to get you grounded. It's like you have one foot in the waters of emotion and one on the ground. And they're really trying to get both your feet on the ground so that you can feel grounded and not so off balance. And I really feel like these emotions really got you off balance, and maybe things got out of hand is kind of how I feel. But like I say, things get worked out. And look at the End card right next to Temperance, getting you rebalanced, right under the Page of Swords, where you were just living in this place of suspicion. The Four of Wands. This is really a soulmate here that we're dealing with, that you're dealing with. It is the Four of Wands, so 1111, very spiritual. It's very loving. There's a lot of joy. This is a card of union between two people. This can even be a card of marriage at times. This is what's going to, this whole thing is going to, you're going to find out that this is a very special union that you have. This is a very loving union, and that you find the joy once again, just like with that Ten of Cups right there in this relationship. So let's see what's at the bottom. The Star card. So the Star card is the card for Aquarius. So Aquarius might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the Star card is about healing. And boy, there's a lot of deep healing that needs to happen here. And you might be in the state of healing in order to, bring this relationship back, to have this conversation. This whole relationship is going to heal. But this is deep healing. This is very spiritual. It's like seeing your own reflection in that pool of water, remembering what you want, remembering what you don't want. And I think most of all, this is healing down to your bare bones. You're going to go, it lands right on the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So, this whole relationship here is going to heal and move forward with that Chariot, with the help of your guardian angels and spirit guides. So this relationship is beautiful, really, and you're going to get through this rough patch. So this is what it is, Sagittarius. Thank you for watching. Universal Guidance Tarot.